In 1626, the Dutch version of St. Nicholas sailed to America. He was the figurehead on the flagship of the fleet of ships bringing in the first Dutch settlers. They settled on an island called Manhattan, where they had purchased land from the local Indians. Before long, a gilded statue of Santa Claus was erected in the main square. Nearly 40 years later, the British renamed the place New York. But the Dutch stayed on, and their celebration of St. Nicholas Eve continued unchanged, except that in the century that followed, Sinterklaas became anglicized to Santa Claus. And it was in New York, in December 1822, that the first image of Santa Claus was created. Professor Clement Clark Moore, teacher of Oriental and Greek literature, wrote a poem, The Night Before Christmas. Although his basic character originated in the Old Dutch Sinterklaas, Professor Moore's Santa Claus incorporated characteristics from many other European cultures. It was the Germans who first gave Santa his red fur-trimmed costume, the Scandinavians his small stature, which enabled him to slip down the chimney, and the Russians his flying sled and magic reindeer. Meanwhile, in England, Christmas had never really recovered. Then, in 1837, Queen Victoria came to the throne and married Prince Albert. Albert was from Germany, where Christmas had never disappeared. He himself was one of the great authorities for the reinvention of the English Christmas. He introduced the first Christmas tree and helped to popularize carol singing. While some customs were being imported, new ones were being created. In 1843, Sir Henry Cole invented the Christmas card. A well-known London art dealer who aspired to improve the general public's taste, he believed that everyday things should be beautiful as well as useful. He came up with the idea of a Christmas card, a simple yet attractive token of friendship to further enhance this special day. Cole commissioned J.C. Horsley to design the picture for his first card. It was based on the common medieval artistic device of a set of 3 illustrations. The central one showed a jolly party of adults and children with plenty of food and drink. And each side panel represented good works, the clothing of the naked and the feeding of the hungry. By the mid-1800s, both Father Christmas and Santa Claus had been used by businesses to sell everything from soap to nuts. But it was Coca-Cola who really exploited Santa's commercial potential. At Christmas in 1931, Santa Claus was shown swigging from a bottle of Coca-Cola on billboards, in magazines, and on shop counters all over the United States. And wherever in the world where Coca-Cola was being sold, Santa Claus was there to promote it for the next 35 years. But this Santa was different from the small, gnome-like character described in Moore's poem. This Santa was an all-American male, big, strong, and 6 feet tall, and he took the world by storm. Today, his popularity is undisputable.
Well, good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, everybody.
My, how glad I am to see all of you children here this morning. How many of you boys...
In New York, there's a place called Santa's Workshop, North Pole, where Santa Claus is on duty all year round. And there's a college for department store Santas, where you can get a Bachelor of Santa Clausing. There's even a town called Santa Claus, Indiana, where at Christmas, hundreds of thousands of parcels pass through its post office to be stamped with the local postmark. Yet, in a strange way, even the commercialism adds to the Christmas spirit. Shop displays look magical and exciting, and sometimes, walking along the brightly lit streets with your arms full of Christmas surprises, you can't stop that special, childlike feeling of excitement and anticipation from welling up inside. And Christmas is still the greatest time for giving. Organizations like the Salvation Army receive the majority of their donations during the Christmas season. Donations they must budget out over the entire year to fund their charitable programs. And so many people offer to serve Christmas dinner to the poor that many would-be volunteers have to be turned away. Still, some people have become discouraged by all the glitter and commercialism of Christmas and feel we have lost sight of the true meaning of this special day. Looking back to the ancient rituals of the pagan midwinter festivals, they are creating new Christmas traditions designed to recapture the true spirit of Christmas. One such tradition is created and performed by members of the Public Dreams Society in Vancouver, Canada. It is called the Festival of Lights and takes place in a huge public garden. Every night during the week before Christmas, people are invited to take a magical journey through the elaborately decorated garden. The journey begins with a glimmering piece of paper into which you whisper your wish before sealing it with a kiss. As you continue down the path, supernatural beings juggle torches of fire along the way. Before long, you discover a simple garden shed, magically transformed into an enchanted cave. There, you light a candle in the hope that your wish will come true. At the end of the journey, you toss your wish into a fire and release it to the universe. The forms, names, and rituals of Christmas may change. Its true meaning may become lost or go underground for a time, as it did during the Reformation, and perhaps will again under the pressure of commercialism. The Christmas spirit, the spirit of joy, celebration of life, and goodwill towards all, has been with us since time immemorial, and no doubt always will be.